Hi traders, hi everyone, Ivan here. Welcome to another CLC trading free watchlist video. We are ready to share also this week some update and some tips on the setup that we shared on the weekly PDF during the weekend. So we are ready to start because we have already made good profit here on Australian dollar, Japanese yen during the weekend, and we have potential opportunity in many other pairs, especially Euro Australian dollar. And today we need to remember that this evening we will have the FONC, a very important news for the market, especially for the US dollar. So we need to watch carefully the price action and the result of this news, because for me this will bring a lot of volatility into the market today. And before this huge news, I expect a low volatility and a lateral phase on the market before a big explosion after this news. So we need to keep in mind this news, but now we can start our analysis on Australian dollar, Japanese yen on the daily time frame. This setup was shared with you on the weekly PDF because this week we will share Australian dollar, Japanese yen, Euro Australian dollar, and New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar. So we can start here with this first analysis, and we are on the daily time frame. We can see, guys, that last week the price, after this consolidation area, formed this big bearish candle that bring the price here to break this key level 7.2 here. But after this huge bearish signal, because this daily closing below a monthly support for us was a big bearish signal, but we can see that just after this clear bearish signal, the price has formed a bullish candle here and come back with the next daily closing above this key level. And obviously this was a strong signal because just after a break we have a comeback. So this for me was only a false break and a bearish trap, especially here because the price has given the sellers a strong sell signal here. But just after this bearish signal, the price find the strength to start a new bullish movement that bring the price to close the last weekly candle just few pips below 7.250 around this slowdown area. But watch the previous week, we can see that the price has give us a huge bullish signal here because the price break completely 2 weeks ago with a daily and weekly closing, break completely this bearish trend line, this 50 period MA, and close the weekly and daily candle above this monthly support 7.4. And obviously this was a huge bullish signal. But as you follow our PDF, you know that we are big fan of break and retest, a very simple pattern, but we use many times this pattern for find our entry point. And for this reason we don't like to enter at the highest point of this bullish movement, but we prefer to wait a correction before thinking about any other move. And we can see that the last week the price follow, 2 weeks ago the price follow our analysis and start this bearish phase that bring to retest this bearish trend line. And for me this was already a good point for a new bullish phase, but we can see that the price has formed these 3 big upper shadows with 3 tests of this moving average. And obviously these 3 upper shadows was a big bearish signal, and the price after this 3 reaction started this strong bearish movement that bring the price to break this key level. After this retest, for me this was a clear and potential good entry point here, because after this break retest the price has come back with this weekly closing above this level, and for me this was the right signal for a new bullish phase, because after a clear break, retest, first break and bearish trap, the price has given us a good bullish signal. But for the setup of this week, we needed to go on the 4-hour time frame, because obviously on the daily time frame, after this break and retest, the main direction was obviously bullish, because I expect a new bullish movement. But for finding the right entry point, we need to go on the 4-hour time frame. Here we can see that the price after this break started this strong correction. We can see here in a better way these 3 upper shadows, and just after this bearish engulfing, the price started this huge bearish movement. We have here first break of this monthly support, and then this comeback with weekly closing above this key level and clear bullish signal. But we can see that the price here was forming a clear inverted head and shoulder here, and for this week I share with you a setup. We have here head and right shoulder. We have share with you a potential setup, and I talk in the weekly PDF about a potential entry at the clear touch and reaction of 72.10. And the price this week, we can see that has perfectly followed my analysis, because has opened with a huge bearish gap here, and the price has opened just few pips above our entry point. After this open, the price tried to go higher but fail, and start a strong correction that bring the price to close this 4-hour candle below this monthly support, and this was a huge bearish signal. But we can see that just after this strong bearish signal, the price find the strength to start a new bullish movement that bring the price yesterday night to touch our take profit 1, and this movement has give us a good 40 pips profit. So very happy with this enter, because also we share this setup in the VIP Telegram channel and in the free Telegram channel. But we can see here that also in the first hour of the market, the price has give us a good opportunity. After this bullish movement, we can see that the price failed to go higher and pass this big slowdown area, and from this point start a strong correction that bring the price to touch our stop loss at break even, because obviously after this first bullish movement we prefer to take out part of the profit and move the stop loss to the break even, to not risk anything or any strong movement that could reach our stop loss. So now we are completely out of this trade, but we can see that after this strong bearish movement, the price yesterday has formed many lower shadows around this monthly support 7.2. This was a clear reaction, and after these 4 reactions, the price this morning start a new bullish phase that bring it another time to touch 7.250 here. So now we have a potential first phase of a new bullish movement, but we need to watch very careful the price action around this area here, because the price we can see that has already reacted first time here. After the break, another reaction, another bearish candle, and another reaction that give us a strong bullish bearish signal. And then we need to watch carefully the price action around this level, guys, because a clear reaction could bring the price another time to touch this monthly support 7.2. But in other hand, if the price will find the strength to start a second bullish phase and will close a daily candle above this 200 period moving average and this bearish trend line, this will be a strong bullish signal that could bring the price to a new bullish movement with target around the next monthly support 7.4. For now, guys, we are really happy to have made some good profit on this trade and to exit of this trade at break even without any losses. So 40 pips made on this trade completely free. Now we need to watch carefully the price action, especially because this evening we will have the FONC news, and this news could impact every pair with high volatility. So we need to watch carefully the price action, especially because on the Japanese yen pair we have the strong news on the Brexit deal, because in the last days the talk between US and China increased. So we need to watch very careful this macroeconomic situation on the Brexit deal, on the trade war, because this obviously was a key event for all the market, and the trade war is moving very strong the market. So we need to watch very careful the situation on the trade war, especially because Australian dollar and Japanese yen are both strong impacted by the news on the trade war. So we need to watch carefully this situation, and for this reason, for now, we need only to watch the price action. Don't rush into any trade and wait the right signal. A clear reaction here and a clear comeback to touch this key level, or a strong bullish movement with a clear break of this bearish trend line, and this slowdown area will be the next bullish signal. Now we can watch the next one. We hope you take a good profit on Australian dollar, Japanese yen. We hope you have made a good profit because we have shared this setup on the free channel. And then we can watch Euro Australian dollar on the daily time frame. We can see that the price here is forming a clear pennant, and I explain in the weekly PDF that we have here an higher high, higher low, higher high, and I expect for this week an higher low before the next bullish movement. But going on the 4-hour time frame, we can look better that the price this week here open with this strong and big bullish gap, close this gap with this lower shadow, and after this closing the price start a strong bullish movement that bring it to touch another time 1.63. After this strong bullish movement, the price fail to close the daily candle above this key level, and from this point start a lateral phase without a main direction, and give us many bullish and bearish signal without a main direction. And this obviously is not an ideal situation for trading because we are in a completely lateral phase, and we can see that the price is moving narrow this bullish trend line. So now guys, obviously these take profit 2 and 1 are not useful for us, and then now the price is just above this Fibonacci retracement with this clear touch, but the price is just below this key level. So for me the price has already made this correction with Fibonacci, so we have a potential bullish movement with target around 1.64. But for now guys, really we have many bullish and bearish signal without a main direction, so we need to watch carefully the price action, try to understand if the price will break to the upside with a daily closing above this key level 1.63. This will be a huge bullish signal that could bring the price to touch another time 1.6370 here, and also 1.64 as a final target. But for now really guys, after these first days of lateral situation without a main direction, we have many upper and lower shadows. So for this reason we prefer to stay away from the market, sit on our hands and wait only clear signal, especially because Australian dollar seems to have the strength to go higher, and this could bring here on Euro Australian dollar to a deeper correction before the next bullish move. So we don't have the right confirm for this pair. We need only to watch, because for now we need clear signal before thinking about any type of entry. Obviously guys, I explained in the VIP Telegram channel to not use order on this pair, because as you can see here and other time here, this pair always made big shadows before the next main movement. So for this reason I prefer to not use order in this pair, and I advise you to not take or place order on this pair, especially today before a big news on the US dollar. So for now guys, today for me will be a free day, because we will have the funk this evening, so we need to be very patient, and let's settle the market after the news before thinking about any potential entry point, especially here on Euro Australian dollar, a pair that made big movements and create every time big stop hunt before the next main movement. We can see a clear example here and another clear example here. Then we can watch the last one, the dollar index. I want to watch carefully this index, because this evening we will have the funk news, and we need to watch carefully this price action, try to understand the next movement for the US dollar. We are on the weekly time frame here, and we can see that after this strong bullish break of 2 weeks ago, the last week the price has formed this clear bearish candle, a potential shooting star candle with a big upper shadows, and obviously this could be the first signal of a new bearish phase and a correction with target around this key level 9.8. But for now guys, I prefer to not make any analysis or setup on the dollar index, but wait and look carefully at the price action, because after this reaction the price find the strength to go higher in any way, and after this other bearish signal with a strong bearish candle that close below 9.8, the price another time find the strength to go higher. So for now the dollar index seems have the strength to go even higher from this point, because the US economy is still pushing. But in the last 2 weeks we will have the first signal of a potential slowdown of the US economy, so we need to be very careful and look especially at the Powell speak, try to understand the next main movement for the Fed, because this could impact a lot the market and could give us a main direction for the US dollar in the next 2 weeks. Here we have a potential 3-pin pattern that could be the first signal of a new bearish phase. Going on the daily time frame, we can see here that the price after this strong bullish movement start this correction that bring it to touch another time this slowdown area around 9.870 here, and we can see that after this correction the prices form a first bullish engulfing candle at the start of the week, and from this point seems have the strength to start a new bullish phase, especially because today the price start a new bearish phase, but now is forming a clear hammer candle that, if confirmed, will be a huge bullish signal. But for now guys, I prefer to not make any analysis on this pair. Personally, I think that the main scenario remain bullish on this pair, but obviously we need to watch carefully the macroeconomic situation here, and today afternoon we will have Powell speak, so very key news, and then this evening we will have the FONC minutes meeting. So I will watch carefully these two news, and I advise you to do the same, because especially here we will have strong signal for the next move of the Fed. And then here, FONC meeting minutes, this will be the main event of the day. And I expect low volatility, a small movement before the FONC, and then a big explosion, especially on the US dollar pair after this news this evening. This week we have already made a good profit on the free channel on Australian dollar Japanese yen, and in the VIP channel we have made a good profit, especially on the Japanese yen pair with Euro Japanese yen, Australian dollar Japanese yen. We have made a good entry on Swiss franc Japanese yen that we have just opened few minutes ago. And then we have other good trades. So we are ready for a big movement of this evening, because with our trades still open, we are already risk-free. And these is a little tips that I want to share with you. If your trades are in profit, guys, before a big news, feel free to move the stop loss to the break-even if you don't want to risk anything, because anyone in the market know the outlook of this news. So don't risk and gambling with the potential of a good or bad news for your trade. If you are in profit and if you are making good pips, feel free to move the stop loss to the break-even. If the price will hit your stop loss at break-even, we have two options. Your analysis was wrong, and so good thing to cut out, to close this trade without any losses. In other hand, if your analysis remain valid, you can find a second entry point from a good second entry point, and wait the right signal before thinking about a second entry. So here in the VIP channel we have moved already all the stop loss to the break even, so we are completely risk free, and we need only to watch the outlook of this news, especially Powell speaks and then FONC minutes meeting here. I hope this video and this free watch list can help you during the week with your analysis. I wish you a good day, waiting for the FONC this evening, and thank you from Nicola and Eva to watch this new video of CLC trading, and then click subscribe if you have find something value in our video. Thank you guys. We want to share with you some update on the CLC trading 2.0, so stay tuned on our Instagram and click subscribe if you want to stay updated on the new video and the next news on our projects. So thank you again for watching this video, and we wish you a good day.